Can resume our work from yesterday onwards. So, capturing the imagination and initiative of the students, crucial importance. Capturing the imagination, capturing the imagination and initiative of the student is of crucial importance in case
Concept mapping, sir.
case method of teaching, concept mapping, peer instruction, and quizzes. So answer here is case method of teaching, because you can see that it's like the problem was given, so they can identify the cause and then also can provide solution to the problems. So here the best option would be imagination and capturing the imagination and initiating. Among this is concept mapping. For example, not a figure instruction. Quizzes. This difference between a concept mapping and case method of teaching here is it is mostly the student can is not physically sorry is not involved when the cause is when the problem is happened. So he put himself in other shoes and imagine about the case, and students can solve the problem based on the case. So here case method of teaching is the best option. Why here? The case method is a participatory discussion based way of learning where students gain skills in critical thinking, communication, and group dynamics. It is a type of problem based learning often seen in the professional schools of medicine, law, and business. In the case method, is now used successfully in disciplines such as engineering, chemistry, education, and journalism. Okay. Which of the following model, okay, modality? Which of the following model? Okay, which of the following model of higher education is the example of evolution in the post-independence India? It is after 1947. Which of the model education is an example of evolution after Indian independence? Which of the model gets uh, evolution, more evolution? Example of evolution after independence. Answer will be
Technical, sir.
yes. We can say that technical education, teacher education, all these legal educations already in place, and regulations, university acts, primary, secondary education, teacher education, about regulations on teacher educations. All these were mentioned and uh, have physical infrastructure before independence itself. But distance education, among the given option, distance education is evolved from 1964. From 1964, since Kothari Commission, recommendation of Kothari Commission, we can see that 1982 or 83, Dr. Ambedkar University, Dr. Ambedkar Open University established, IGNO established. This distance education mode is evolved only after the independence India. So answer here is distance education. Okay. The idea of distance learning in India took a concrete form after independence. The independence raised the hopes for educational reconstruction, and the idea of distance education gained a great support when our planners and administrators become alive to this new task. Okay, so distance education. Which of the following statements is true in Indian context? Okay, Indian context. Autonomous colleges can grant degrees independent of the universities. Autonomous college can grant only bachelor degree independent of universities. Except doctoral degrees, all other degrees and diplomas can be granted by autonomous colleges. Whatever may be the degree or diploma, autonomous college can grant them under their own name, but under the seal of an affiliated university, which will be the correct answer.
D, sir.
Option D is the
D.
correct. Yes, D is the correct answer. Yeah, we have here, all of us have worked in autonomous universities, autonomous colleges, so we knew for a fact that, but under the seal of affiliated university only can be given. It's the right answer. Generally, who is the visitor of Central University of India? Central University of India. Central universities, sorry.
President, sir.
Yes, President of India is the visitor of Central Universities of India. The right answer. There are few exceptions here. India, the visitor of central universities is usually present in his official capacity, whereas in state universities, the governor of the state is the visitor. For state universities, there are few exceptions like JNU, Jawaharlal Nehru University, Vishwa Bharati universities, where we have also the Prime Minister and other dignitaries as the visiting heads. Exception here, Jawaharlal Nehru University, Vishwa Bharati universities, along with Prime Minister, some other dignitaries. Okay, next question. Which of the following statements are correct about gender budgeting? Okay. It is separate budget addressing the specific needs of women. It assesses the impact of government budget on women. It is an accounting exercise. It is another budgeting innovation. It's about governance. Okay, so we can say there is no separate budget addressing the specific need. There is no separate budget. So wherever one we can remove. So there is no B and C is not there. And then it is not an accounting exercise. There is no accounting exercise such that. Okay, CAG controller. CAG is a performing accounting exercise. So I never read anywhere like it is performing accounting exercise on gender budgeting, maybe on agriculture or new agricultures and railway, just like that, but not on gender. So the best option would be 2 and 4. That would be the right answer. Yes. Gender budgeting is a powerful and innovative tool for achieving gender mainstreaming to safeguard that the benefits of development should reach women. It is not separate budget for women. The reason behind this is budget is women lags behind men, so they warrant special attention. It is not an accounting exercise. Which items in the following constitute the non-conventional learning programs? Non-conventional. Okay, we can say that non-conventional means traditional. Traditional. Conventional is traditional. Convention is traditional. So not a traditional learning program. Okay. So it is not traditional. So what will be our right answer? We can see that Oriental languages, it is a traditional, we have traditional universities, colleges, libraries. So it is a traditional, Oriental languages is a traditional. So whenever 2 is there, we can remove it. Whenever 2 is there, we can remove it. So we are left with 1, 3, and 4. 1, 3, and 4. Tea sommelier, spa management, and then 5, 4, museology. These are non-conventional learning programs. These are not traditional learning programs, just vocational programs. Okay, I just used elimination method because we knew that Oriental languages have traditional learning programs. Okay, so by eliminating option 2, we get 1, 3, and 4. We'll check. That's the right answer, but we will check the why. Non-conventional the conventional courses are professional programs that are more concentrated on giving practical knowledge rather than theoretical knowledge. Tea tasting or tea sommelier, pet groomers, uh, gerontology, Gandhian thoughts, ethical hacking, spa management, and corporate technology are some significant non-conventional courses provided by university. Okay, the tea sommelier is trained and knowledgeable tea professional who has successfully completed the 8 modules in the tea sommelier course at college or online. Museology is the course to learn the science or practice of organizing, arranging, and managing museums. I thought it was musical. Spa management training includes learning about spa treatments and management, hospitality, and business practices. Okay. Find out correct chronological order of the following educational communication ventures in India. Okay, education communication ventures. Which one is established first? Okay, Krishi Darshan, Jnan Darshan, Vyas, Jnanvani. So can say that Jnanvani, it's a radio station. Jnanvani is a radio station. Jnan Darshan TV radio station. Okay, okay, so definitely radio first and then TV. Definitely radio first and then TV. Okay, radio is given first, then TV. Doordarshan like that. Darshan is TV. Jnan Vani is radio. So we will check for options from D and then B. Okay, wherever D and then B would be. Okay, so we'll check. Oh, here correct chronological order of the educational communication ventures mentioned in the question is okay. Chronological order. Oh, yes, 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 yes. Here, yes. Jnan Vani, this one. Krishi Darshan in 1967. Jnan Darshan, 26th January 2000. Jnan Vani, March 2000. Then Vyas, January 2004. Okay. These are established communication ventures of educational communication ventures established in this chronicle. First Krishi Darshan, then Jnan Darshan, then Jnan Vani, then Vyas. Okay, this is the right answer. Which of the following ancient educational institution was situated at the bank of rivers Ganga? Banks of river Ganga. We knew it. We knew this answer. The answer will be we knew it. If we review the ancient universities, we can correctly answer. The answer is Vikramashila University. in Bihar. Bihar. So right answer. Vikramashila University remains located near, Bhagalpur district of Bihar. Vikramashila was one of the largest Buddhist universities, having more than 100 teachers. Okay, foreign countries from culture. It was situated at the banks of River Ganga. Which one of the following coordinates, promotes, and funds research activities of all social science disciplines? We knew this answer.
ICSSR, sir.
ICSSR. Yes, that's a correct answer. ICSSR. Okay. Next question. We have two lists. List 1 contains stage of value development, and list 2 contains exemplification of value formation. Okay. Stage 1 value collection, stage 2 value assessment, stage 3 value clarification, stage 4 value consolidation. Okay. Options given: choosing and imbibing the values one cherishes. Okay. We must understand what is imbibing. Observing and imitating the adult behaviors, particularly parents. Periodically, predictability of human behaviors is assured. Finding out gaps in values, preaches, and practices. So this will be first one. This will be first one. You see that observing and imitating the adult behaviors, particularly parents, is the beginning, I would say. So we'll start with 2. This is the beginning. So A2, observing and imitating the adult behaviors, particularly parents, that is value collection. Then B1, value assessment, choosing and imbibing the values one cherishes. And then C4, value clarification, finding out gaps in the values preached and practices. D3, value consultation, predictability of human behaviors is assured. So this would be best option. Yes, that's a correct answer. Okay, here stage 1 involves value collection, that is observing and imitating the adult behaviors, particularly parents. At the first stage, the learner collects the values from their environment and particularly from persons to whom he or she looks up to. Stage 2 involves value assessment, which means choosing and imbibing the values. Okay, we need to understand what is imbibing. Then next question. Which of the following statement best describes value education? It is a course in moral science. It talks about rewards and punishments for one's own actions. Students observe and imitate adult behaviors, particularly of their parents. Yes. Students investigate and explore their own inner self. It encourages students to fix their place in their life. So we knew this. We need this data collection. C. Okay. C. Okay. Okay. Students, it talks about rewards and punishments for one's own actions. This scores, no, definitely not. So we'll go with C, D, E. Go with C, D, E. Yes, that's the right answer. Okay. Which of the following are regulatory bodies within the Department of Higher Education in the Ministry of Human Resource and Development, Ministry of Education in central government? Which can be? We knew it. UGC, AICT. Definitely both these two. B and C. Wherever it's B and C, we can choose. B and C. B and C. Okay. So either BCD or ABC? Either BCD or ABC. Okay. ACSSR is BCD or ABC. Okay, we'll check the answer. BCD. UGC, AICT, and District Education Commission, I think. Okay. I don't know. We'll check. Are regulatory bodies within the Department of Higher Education and the Ministry of Human Resource Development in the central government. Yes. In order to be eligible for the status of deemed to be universities, an institution, among other essential conditions, must have its to its credit which of the following. All of us have facing this. We are all given targets. Even in autonomous colleges, affiliated colleges, we are given target for each semester. We have to complete this target. So answer will be anyone? We are given targets. We have to complete the targets. We knew it. How many research publications we have to publish per year per faculty? Minimum. Anyone? Semester for semester one, at least 2 research publications in peer-reviewed or Scopus or Web of Science journals per year per faculty. That's for deemed to be university, but all all the colleges are using this. Okay, that's the correct answer. In ancient India, the eligibility criterion in respect of age for students seeking admission to Takshashila University was set to. Answer will be 16 years. That's the correct answer. Which of the following are the goals of higher education in India? Access, equity, quality and education, relevance, value-based education, compulsory and free education. Higher education would say definitely not F. It's about school education. Okay, definitely not for higher education. So F removed. Okay. A, B,
Option C, sir.
is. I think that's the correct answer. Yes, that's the correct answer. Which of the following comes within the ambit of the term corruption, which can be termed as corruption? Misuse of official position, deviation from rules, laws, and norms, non action when action is required, harm to public good. Answer will be yes.
Option A only. A only.
All these are corruptions. All these are corruptions. You can say that misuse of official position is corruption, deviation from rules, laws, and norms, corruption, non-action when action is required is also corruption, harming to good people is also corruption. That's the correct answer. Then, the term of office of the Advocate General is of a state is It is not fixed. Okay, that's a correct answer. It is not fixed. We didn't review the governance. The term of office of the Advocate General of the state is not fixed. Okay, it is not fixed by the Constitution. Yes. Prime Minister Research Fellowship is for students pursuing PhD programs in
Option D, sir.
yes, IITs, institution, IITs and IAS, IAS, Indian Institute of Science. That's the correct answer. And we have also new research programs like National Fellowship for OBC also included. Which of the following are the fundamental duties? To respect the national flag, to protect and improve the natural environment, for a parent to provide opportunity for education to his or her child, to protect monuments and places of national importance. Fundamental duties. Here, for a parent to provide opportunities for education to his or her child is not a fundamental duty, it is parental duty. So I will go with A, B, D because it is not prescribed in Constitution. It's not prescribed in Constitution. It's a correct answer. Instructional communication in the distance education mode. Instructional communication in the distance education mode. Unstructured, self-regulatory, informal, structured, and interactive. Answer will be
Option D, sir.
yes, that's a correct answer. Because in distance mode, in an instruction structure is planned to ensure proper communication with student. Course books, study materials were provided to them. For example, IGNO provides complete course booklet along with study material in distance education mode. It's also interactive to internet online classes. Okay. Which of the following sequences correctly reflects the evolution of educational technology support in higher education? ICT. Okay, evolution of educational technology support. Okay. Which of the following sequence? All these are correct, but sequence. So we can see definitely not online method. That's not a beginning. Not a modular material. Okay, can see that online and textbook supplementation. Textbook is not the last one. Okay, this one may be promising. Program learning material, then textbook. No, so we'll go with B first. Textbook supplementation, then programmed learning material, then modular material, and then online method. This would be the correct sequence. That's the correct answer. Then we have two list. List one consists of initiative, ICT initiative of Ministry of Human Resource and Development, and list two contains benefits for students and researchers. So answer will be, please check and give answer. It's easier one.
Option B, sir.
Option
B, sir. Ball.
okay. So Swayam to earn credit through online courses. Swayam Prabha to watch high quality educational programs. Yes. E3. 3. C. PG Padashala to get free books and curriculum based e-content. That's also correct. E-Yantra to head answer experience in embedded system. Yes. Okay, that's correct. Yes, B is the correct answer. Yes. Okay. Which of the basic values which can be categorized by the central motivational goal are related to self-transcendence? Okay, about value education. Okay, conformity, power, benevolence, universalism, hedonism. 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 Okay. Which of the basic values can be characterized by central motivational goal related to self-transcendence? Universalism, definitely universalism. So if there is D, we will check. We don't know what is hedonism. If anyone knows, okay, we'll check. Okay, what is what? We will check. The Schwartz theory of basic values identifies 10 broad personal values which are differentiated by the underlying goal or motivation. These values are likely to be universal because they help humans cope up with one or more of the following three universal requirements of existence: needs of individuals as biological organisms, requisites of coordination, coordinated social interaction, survival and welfare needs of groups. Okay. Benevolence, which is defining goal, preserving and enhancing the welfare of those with whom one is the frequent personal contact in group. Universalism, defining goal, understanding, appreciation, tolerance, and protection for the welfare of all people and for nature. So C and D are the correct options. Next question. The principal responsibilities of academic council in university, such as syndicate. Okay. Okay. Maintenance of quality and standards in academic programs, planning, coordination, development, oversight, and review the academic programs of university, laying down the essential qualifications for recruitment of faculty in various disciplines, framing and revising or updating the contents of courses of various academic programs, approval of fee structure for various academic programmers. Yeah. Okay. Anyone can check?
Option B, sir.
Yeah, neither I don't know. So we'll check. Okay, A and B only. The principal responsibilities of academic council in a university include to maintain the quality and standard and to plan, coordinate, develop, oversee, and review the various academic programs offered by the university. These two. For statement one, holistic education in ancient India was not just acquisition of knowledge as preparation for life in this world or life beyond schooling, but for complete realization and liberalization of self. Values of pluralism, mutual understanding, and peace constituted the foundation of holistic education during ancient education. So I think both are correct. Sir? Yes, both are correct answers, correct statements. Universities centered on the viharas during the ancient India period were situated at such as Buddha viharas. Okay. Nalanda, Vallabi, definitely not Kanji, Jagatala. See, Kanchi is not the best option. Sorry, sorry. E is not the best option. E is not the best option. We didn't, Navadip, we didn't see anything like Navadip. Think it's not. Okay. Nalanda, Vallabi, Chakattala. Those are employed by that 7th century Kumaragupta. Kumaragupta, you will check. CVCD, which Vihara means dwelling or house. Okay. Arrange the steps followed in the process of value clarification. Okay. We already seen this. Students are presented with an issue. Students suggest alternative solutions. Students express their feelings about each alternative. Students consider the consequences of each alternative. Students express their preferences and make a choice. Arrangement here. Okay. Okay. One, then two, three, four, then five. This would be the correct order. Yes, that's the correct order. Which of the following come under the mandate of the University Grant Commission? We already seen this. Okay. Promotion and coordination of university education. Okay. Determining and monitoring standards of teaching, examination, and research in universities. Organizing continuous professional development programs for college and university and teachers. No, it's not. AICT doing it. Framing regulations on minimum standards of education, dispersing and regulating grants to the universities and colleges. So A, B, D, E. A, B, D, E. That's the correct answer. Next one. What are the advantages of CBCS, choice-based credit system introduced by UGC for higher education institutions? Okay. Here, focus on student-centric education. Yes. Allow students to choose interdisciplinary and intradisciplinary courses. Yes. Makes education at par with global standards. Yes. Makes it easy to estimate the performance level of students in terms of marks. Makes it easy to estimate the performance level of students in terms of marks. Outcome. Outcome. So we'll check. Offers flexibility for students to undertake studies at different times and at different institutions. Yes, we'll go with that. So A, B, C, E. A, B, C, E, and yes. That's the correct answer. A, B, C, E. Which of the following is a residential center for free and creative inquiry into the fundamental themes of problems of life and thought? Okay, it's not NAC. Okay, for free and creative inquiry of fundamental themes and problems of life and thought. Okay, we'll check either it looks like these two. We'll check. Okay. Indian Institute of Advanced Study is a research institute in a historical building at Shimla, also called Viceregal Lodge, I think. The institute aims at free and creative inquiry into the theme and problems of life and thought. Choose the institutions which are not authorized to confer degree according to UGC Act 1956. Okay. Which are not authorized to confer degree. Institution established under linguistic minority is deemed to be universities. They can, yes, they can confer degrees. Constituent colleges, yes, they cannot authorize. Affiliated colleges, yes, they also cannot authorize. Okay, so A, C, D, A, C, D. Deemed to be universities can authorize, can give degrees. Autonomous colleges can give degrees, but affiliated colleges cannot give degrees. I know. D. And the institution established under linguistic minority. Yes, that's the correct answer. Who among the following first took the initiative for appointing a university grants commission during pre-independence period? I don't know. Maybe Lord Curzon. Yes, that's the correct answer. Lord Curzon. Which of the following 5-year plans of India has given special emphasis on education and manpower? We must know the year. Okay, we'll check the answer. Fourth, fifth year plan. Fourth, fourth 5-year plan was the first plan launched by Indira Gandhi government amid the pressure of inflationary recession, drought, and devaluation. The country was fighting with popular explosion, increased unemployment, poverty, and shrinking economy. Among the various objectives of the plan, special emphasis on education and manpower was one of them. The premier organization established in India to deal with capacity building and research in planning and management of education in Southeast Asia. Sorry, India and South Asia is capacity building. We don't know. We'll check the answer. Stands for National University of Educational Planning and Administration. It is an autonomous body established by the Ministry of MOE, Government of India. It is a prime organization dealing with capacity building and research in planning and management of education, not only in India but also in South Asia. Okay. ESART. ESART. Okay. Special Assistance for Research in Technology and Sciences. Special Assistance for Research and Training in Science. Support for academic and research training in social science, scholarship or fellowship award registration tracking system. E-START. E-SART. E-SART. Okay. You'll check the answer. Okay. E Scholarship Fellowship Award Registration Tracking System. E Scholarship Fellowship Award Registration Tracking System. Next question. Which of the following explain the concept of values? Values are beliefs tied inextricably by to human emotion and behavior. Okay. Values refer to desirable goals people strive to attain. Maybe values are conflict free. Values are conflict free. Okay. Values are ordered by importance relative to one another. Yes, we have just ordered. We have ordered in the last few questions ago. Values are utilized primarily to affect changes in the knowledge of person. Primarily to affect change in knowledge of a person, in behavior of a person. So E, we can eliminate E. Never E, we can eliminate. Okay. So 3 options only. So we can go with item. I don't know, either A, B, C or A, B, D. Either A, B, C or A, B, D. Okay, A, B, D. Okay, see, values are conflict free. So which means that values are not conflict free. Okay. The highest college density, that is the highest number of colleges per lakh people population in the age group of 18 to 23 years in which of the following states? Highest college density, highest number of colleges per lakh eligible population. So among these, we'll go with Karnataka. Yes, that's the correct answer. Okay. UGC CARE has been set up for promoting UGC CARE. Okay. Quality research. Okay, we'll check publication ethics. And then Maybe international and collaborative research. It's all about research. Okay, we know that UGC care is about research. Maybe 12135. There is 1 2 3 5 1 3 5 is not there. 3 5 is not there. Inclusion and access is not the problem of UGC care. It's all about research. So we can remove 4. So either A, B, C, or D. Only 1 2 3. Abbreviation HEFA stands for Higher Education Finance Academy, Higher Education Finance Agency, Higher Education Framework Association, Higher Education Funding Agency. Either B or D. Okay, we will check. Yes, Higher Education Finance Agency is a joint venture of Ministry of Education, Government of India, and Canara Bank for financing creation of capital assets in premier education institution in India. Okay. Which of the following schemes of Government of India aims to support innovative research projects that are socially relevant, locally need-based, nationally important, and globally significant?
Impress, sir.
Yes, maybe. Okay, we'll check. I'm not sure Impress, but we'll check. Stride. Scheme for transdisciplinary research for India's developing economy. Scheme for transdisciplinary research. Kothari Commission had recommended a certain percentage of national income to be invested in education. What was that percentage? We know it. It is 6%. The Vice Chancellor of a university is an executive head who is vested with administrative as well as an academic responsibility. VC. Yes, true. For a charismatic leadership attribute in Vice Chancellor, both transactional as well as transformational leadership competencies are needed. Yes, both are true. For ensuring effective administration, which of the following is most difficult? Okay, effective administration, most difficult. Changing the knowledge of individuals and groups, changing the skills of individuals and groups, changing the attitude of individuals and groups, changing the behavior of individuals and groups. Okay, we'll check the answer. Changing the behavior of individual and groups are more difficult tasks. Efficient because no two person have the same behavior. Every individual has their own persona and changing. Okay, that's the correct answer. Okay. So we have completed higher education. Okay. We have completed higher education. Then we can move to people and environment. Another one. So that's all about higher education. So I think we can end here. We can start again at 8 o'clock for paper 2. Okay. Thank you all. Please join back at